What's going on, guys? I hope you guys can hear me okay. My little lapel mic has died, so I'm having to use the camera mic, which is okay, but kind of a long way away. Having said that, you know what? I'm half deaf. I kind of talk loud anyway, so I think we're gonna be okay. You see, we have a different set angle. The reason for that, I put a post up. I said, ask me anything, tell me anything on Instagram. And one of the things was, hey, try a direct angle. Let me know, do you like this better? Do you like it over here better? At any rate, we'll move forward today with this, see how it goes. The other thing was actually, I got another one about the set as well, which was, I don't get the Star Wars stuff. Well, the Star Wars stuff comes from, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I was there 3 days after the opening in 1977 with my aunt, my uncle, and my father. I had a birthday party at Empire Strikes Back for my 3rd grade birthday party. 4th grade, I take that back. I was there opening night on Return of the Jedi, and have been on opening night to every film, good or bad, since then. So I have a great love for Star Wars. My son has a great love for Star Wars. It's a part of my family and my history, which is why I actually have this shirt that I got from Drunk 3PO. He's selling these shirts, and the proceeds are going to a different charity each month. That's why all the Star Wars stuff. But that's neither here nor there. Getting into watch questions, we'll address the first one today. The first one is, why don't you do more follow-up reviews? I thought about that, and I do a lot of reviews and say, yeah, we'll take a look at those in the future, and then I never do. I tried to correct that a little bit with the G-Shock Full Metal Square the other day. And I'm going to continue today with this one, the Strella Sekonda that I got off Watch You Seek from the Ukraine. It's a mid-70s chronograph, manual wind chronograph that was one of the kind of iconic space watches of the 70s. This one used in the very first spacewalk. There is some contention there as to whether it actually was used or not, but we'll get into that among other things. How's it run? Have I had any issues with it? What do I wear it on primarily? Do I even like it? And would it be something that maybe you would be cool with investing in? If that sounds good to you, I hope you'll stay around, and we'll just see you in a second. All right, guys, we are back with my Strella Sekonda from the Russian military. I got this one from Watch You Seek, a gentleman who collects them. He was unloading a few pieces. I was able to pick this one up at a pretty good deal. I was a little concerned. I had never ordered anything from the former Soviet Union. I had never ordered anything overseas at all at that point. But it came in very good condition. I was very happy with it. And I'll leave a link below to the unboxing video. Again, forgive the sound in this video. It's much better than that video I'll link. But like I said, my microphone has died. So we're just going to have to go it old school today. So what do I have this thing on? Well, I have it on a Cheapestnatostraps leather quick release strap that I picked up also a couple of years ago. I kind of went down a wormhole of buying a ton of cheapest NATO straps, NATOs, leathers, rallies, that sort of thing. I really like the brand. They're super slow when you order. The quality is okay, but you know, you can replace them very easily. Very few things on the side are over $10. So there you go. So the watch itself is climbing in value. I see them occasionally for sale from $600 to around $1,000 to $1,200, depending on the condition. This one is in your average used condition. These are very difficult to find in mint condition because they were given to the or issued to the Soviet military, the Air Force to be specific, and to cosmonauts. So these were workhorse watches used for work, real life training watches. They're 38 millimeters with a stack height of 14 millimeters. So on the smallish side by today's standards, but in those days, this would be a pretty good size chronograph, late 60s, mid 70s. These were discontinued by 1978. So if you think about the watches of that era, yeah, 38 millimeters, 39 millimeters, that's about average. So this is a manual wind column wheel chronograph based off the Venus 150. It is a, let's see if I can say this right, Poljot 3017, spelled Poljot, but I looked it up on YouTube. A Russian-speaking gentleman says it's Yot, Poljot. So Poljot 3017 movement. It's a column wheel manual wind movement. I don't know what the status of the power reserve is because I generally wear it for a day and then wind it. It definitely gets 24, 30 hours of wind time with no issues. That's with or without running the chronometer. So very happy with that. This Poljot movement, translated or loosely translated, means flight or active flight. So that makes sense that these watches in their original form would have been called Poljot. The Strella Sekonda, as it's labeled here, the Sekonda was a watch that was worn by Alexei Alexandrov Gubarov of the Soviet Union on the Soyuz 28 mission back in 1978. So I remember 1978 very well. I was a kid back then, but we were still in the Cold War with the Soviets. The U.S. was. This gentleman, true icon, beautiful watch on his wrist. He wore one like mine on the left here with the blackface Sekonda labeling, not the Poljot labeling, and then the painted green and red tips on the hour and minute hands, which, by the way, these were originally hand-painted dials. So you may find them repainted. Some of the repainted dials are not very good. So keep an eye on that. I'm showing you a quick write-up on my right that I will link in the description. It's got some pretty cool information. And then a longer write-up that I will also link in the description that has even more history, including that contentious history about the first spacewalk. I can't verify it. I'm not even going to try because we're talking about the watch, not necessarily its history. So what have I liked about it? What have I not liked about it? Well, it has an acrylic crystal that was pretty scratched up when I got it. A little poly watch took care of almost all of the scratches. It looks almost brand new at this point. The dial is not as nice as some have seen in the past, but much better than others. The case itself is actually in really, really good original condition with very few scratches. The case back has a number, but the sides, the pushers, the crown, all in really, really good condition. The lugs, a few scratches from bracelet changes, and it did come on a 70s bund strap that I still have, but I was a little insecure about the bund strap and the clasp. I replaced it with another bund strap, and I wore it on a bund for about a year, I would say, but I've been wearing it on leathers ever since, traditional leather straps, and I think that's how I am going to continue to wear it, although it probably was originally on a bund type strap being used by the military, that sort of thing. If we look at the watch's lug width, it is an 18 millimeter lug width, so that makes sense being a 38 millimeter case. And on the wrist, this says a 6 3/4 wrist. You can see how long the lug length is, coming almost to the edges of my 6 3/4. So that 38 millimeters sits quite large. I haven't had really any issues with it. The crown does want to sort of pull back into the first. What's going on, man? You're interrupting my my flow here, dude. Okay, hi. Well, okay, back to it. The crown does want to kind of pull back in, kind of reset itself when I pull it out to set the watch. What? All right, we're going to lock it up here, guys. But overall, a great watch. Under $1,000 for true space history, Cold War history, an icon, a beautiful chronograph, a beautiful column wheel watch. If you're interested in one, as you saw, the black dial is much, much more rare than the white dial. The Sekonda labeled dials are a little more rare than the polyyoke dials. And, all in all, the entire watch is getting more and more rare as they primarily made them for the military. If you want to see more of this watch, I post it up on my Instagram all the time, as well as some other watches. So go subscribe to me there. Follow me over on Patreon, and we'll see you next time.